what's up? It's Mr. Fleming. I'm here in Havana, Cuba, and we're going to be learning about something called the Bay of Pigs invasion, which was followed by the Cuban Missile Crisis. And I teach it every year from an American perspective. I would love to get a Cuban perspective. Okay, so how do Cuban people feel about what happened at the Bay of Pigs?
So we feel very invaded because that was what happened in 1961. We were invaded in 1961 by some Cuban people, the one who left Cuba in 1959. These people that were trained in Nicaragua and Puerto Rico. That's one of the reasons that they took the south coast to invade Cuba. The way we feel with Bay of Pigs is just that we were invaded by mercenaries.
Mercenaries?
Yes, that's what I believe. That's what I think about these people. They were just mercenaries who invaded Cuba, who came to Cuba, who killed people in Cuba, yeah, and they killed innocent people because what they killed was civilian people.
Civilians?
Yes,
were
civilians.
Killed.
Yeah,
right.
Civilians they were killed because also what in Bay of Pigs there is a population. There is a population, and at that time the population maybe it was not that big, but with the invasion, around 150 people died.
150 civilians
Yes,
were killed in the fighting.
100 civilians people died.
Right. So
Yeah.
these were Cuban exiles that fled to Miami, right? And they were
Yes.
funded by the CIA.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. So
just because these people. Sometimes we think that we were invaded by the American Navy. No, it wasn't like that. Because in that invasion there was no American soldier. I mean, there was no American person in that invasion.
Roger, Carpetbagger. This here's Whistle Stop. Combat Information Central reports Castro still has operational aircraft. Expect y'all gonna be hit soon. Unload all troops and supplies and take your ships to sea ASAP.
All these people, they were Cubans. Also, there were a few people from Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few Latin American people. That all these people, they are considered by us by mercenaries. That's the word.
Mercenaries, right?
Yes.
Soldiers for hire.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Dime si te gustó, dímelo cantando, mamá. Dime si te gustó, mira si te gustó, ven, dímelo pronto, habla ya. Dime si te gustó, ay, dime si te gustó. Pero si no te gustó, tú me lo dices también. Ay, yo buscarme a quien.
And then the missile crisis happened about a year later, right?
Yeah, you know, the missiles crisis happened in 1962. 1962, that was during that time, Cold War and all these kind of things. And well, the point of this missiles crisis, it was mainly with Russia.
With Russia.
Yes,
Yeah.
mainly it was with Russia. Why? Just because imagine that not even us, Cuban people, I was not born at that time, of course, but not even the Cuban people knew about those missiles in
Right.
Cuba. That was the point.
So they didn't know when it was happening. They didn't know that we were on the brink of World War III.
We knew that something like that was going to happen. Something like that was going to happen, and the whole people here that were armed just pointing to the north and expecting an invasion.
Expecting an American invasion.
Exactly. At that time, we were expecting something like an American invasion.
Wow.
Thanks God that never happened.
Yeah. Well, that would have triggered the Third World War.
Of course, it was going to be something like that.
Right.
Yeah. But something that's, something that we feel, something all the time Fidel Castro told us. At that time, during this Cold War, it was something between Cuba, Russia, and U.S.
Yeah.
Okay? But when all that happened, mainly it was an agreement that later Russian and Americans they had. And us, we were a little bit excluded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Cuba was a pawn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just we were. During the final conversations, mainly they were between Russia and U.S. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why. Well, since that time Fidel Castro, he never felt good.
He never felt guilt.
He never felt good with that. Just why at the end we had these missiles in Cuba, and just why the final conversations, Cuba was not involved with the final conversations. Why? Because during that time, we could have gotten some benefits. One of them, it is Guantanamo's base. Yes.
Yeah.
That was an opportunity we had just to have, to take away this base from Guantanamo, and also the embargo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The embargo against trade with Cuba between the United States.
Cuba never had the chance to negotiate.
Right.
That's a word.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
It was a pleasure.
So I was talking about that embargo before, over by the harbor. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about, guys. Look behind me. Look at that blue car and all the cars next to it. If you go around Cuba, you'll see the majority of cars here that are driven by Cubans are from the 1950s. They're classic cars. I mean, look at the ones coming up here. Look. Look at this. Look, you see this? Like what year you think this is, right? It's crazy. But these cars, basically when the embargo hit Cuba, they couldn't import cars anymore. So they're stuck with whatever cars they had from, before the Communist Revolution. So today, they hold on to these cars and they just constantly renovate them. They fix them up. They put new parts on them. So it's like a little bubble, like a time bubble. They're stuck in the 50s. Look at this one. Beautiful. Look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, so, the embargo had kind of an odd effect on the Cuban economy. You've got these cars that are just stuck in the 50s. It's really amazing. So much history here. I mean, you've got this church from the colonial times behind me. Look at that. It's from like maybe 300-400 years ago. And the ruins underneath. Look at this. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful city.